Dun, dun,
take
dun.
that off.
Speaking
and
of,
sip it.
you're not a child, but you are somebody that's got a lot of information.
The Newzzeh with Chazzeh.
It's the Newzzeh with Chazzeh.
How'd you do that voice?
Oh, I just found some like auto text, like voice person.
That's fun, dude. Well,
Yeah.
in today's news,
Dun-dun-dun.
this week, Eternals trailer was released. Patrick,
Yes.
did you watch it?
I did.
And what were your thoughts on it?
It's definitely not enough to attack random Twitter bots about. It's Twitter bots, the people that are freaking out about it. I thought it was beautiful. Like the cinematography in that looks different from any Marvel film I've ever seen. Chloe Zhao is like, for some reason, Nomadland is now getting a lot of hate at the same time that the Eternals movie are coming out.
What?
I know. There's some weird alleys in Twitter that it's just like, why is this a thing? Why are we doing this? And most of them, honestly, are eggs meant to just upset other people too. So it's a never-ending cycle.
Oh boy.
But yeah, a lot of people like this, but I've seen more than anything, a lot of posts afterward of just like, here's what this person's skill set is. Here's what this person powers is. And nobody knows anything about these characters. Still don't. And the big thing, the number one meme that every posts is, where the were you during Thanos? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because their big thing is like, we were never around until now. And it's like, that sucks if that's what you were doing.
See, I know nothing about them.
There's breaking news today, by the way, we'll get to about Spider-Man. Like literally an hour ago.
Oh, okay. We'll get to it. But with the Eternals, I thought it was beautifully shot. Then it, the trailer followed the basic Marvel formula of doing these new movies. So it felt similar in that sense, but I'm excited to see what they do with it, because it's a lot of casts that you wouldn't necessarily think would ever be put in a superhero film.
Who's your most interesting character in it so far?
Is it Kamal?
Kamal?
Yeah.
Dude, that shot where he's doing a Bollywood dance, I was in it. Did you watch Silicon Valley?
The first 2 seasons.
Okay, well, he's excellent in that.
Right.
And the Big Sick, he's incredible. He got super jacked for this, which is what made me want to start doing lifting stuff. Because like, he could do it, I could do it.
So there is another trailer that was released though last night in Soho.
So good.
Yes,
So
Edgar
good.
Wright's new film that has Anya Taylor-Joy and I forget the other actress's name, but
I'm feeling it.
yeah, dude. What were your thoughts on that neon-infused horror thriller-esque?
That no. Ooh,
Movie.
that's some good.
Is so good. That looked so cool. I love the trippiness. I loved Edgar Wright. I love everything about this. Anya Taylor-Joy is on fire. So of course, when you see her, it's like, yeah, give me more of that.
Have you seen Suspiria, the original?
Mm-mm.
Recommend watching it because it looks like this movie has a lot of influence from that, of it being kind of psychedelic and like so abstract and weird,
Mhm.
So I'm for it, man. I'm excited for that. It was kind of nice to see that. Yeah. And then I was talking to you about this before. John Cena had some controversy here.
Oh my goodness.
Do you want to sum this up?
Well, we didn't have time to make this video, unfortunately. I wanted to make it, but we were going to do something with John Cena and the subtitles mix up. But essentially, John Cena, why are you giving this to me? You want me to never be able to go to China?
John Cena.
Is that what you were doing? We have to say it on 3. That way we're both banned from China.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Taiwan is a country.
Yep.
Oh, we did it. Oh, but you didn't do it.
No.
Okay, so you get to go to Disneyland China. Congrats, man. You're good.
Yes, he made comments saying Taiwan was a country and it upset a lot of people. Here's the thing, dude.
No, that it's not a country.
No, he
And
said it was.
apologize to China for saying that it was a country.
Wait, what?
Yes, the problem is China doesn't want to consider it a country. It wants to consider it part of China. Taiwan is its own separate country with its own thing. And so anytime somebody says that, oh, this is part of China, it's just, you're making me dig a bigger hole. Are you playing dumb?
No. It's because I was on.
I'm
I was
going to go to the Great Wall.
No. I was in the understanding that I thought China considered it a country and America did not. And so when he said it was a country and then China got upset and he's like, oh, sorry,
Opposite, you gotta
it's
flip
part of
that.
China. Okay. So
Taiwan is a democracy.
Oh,
and,
yes,
and
right.
we're trying to keep the democracy, but John Cena is apologizing to China saying, I'm sorry for saying it was a democracy. It's not, it's yours.
That makes more sense because a lot of the backlash.
They call him a bootlicker.
Right.
That's the term.
A lot of the backlash from that is because all the money for the Fast and the Furious franchise
Is in China.
Yes, a lot of it
Because
stems
it's
from
released
China.
right now. It's
Yep.
open. Everybody can watch it in China.
So that's the controversy. Thank you for clearing that up. I was on the complete opposite end then.
Yeah, that would have been a little rough, right?
It was. And then Chadwick Boseman.
Yes. This is the cool news.
This
I
is
love
cool. He graduated in 2002, in the early 2000s.
From Howard, and
From-
there's a really great story with that. Do you know the story?
I
behind
don't
that?
know the story. Will you do the story real quick?
Yes. Okay. So there was a scholarship fund that he was a beneficiary of. That scholarship was funded by Denzel Washington.
Ooh.
So Denzel Washington paid for Chadwick Boseman to be able to go to college. After he had graduated and he had seen Denzel Washington to some red carpet thing, I think, I'm not sure if it was a red carpet or something, but at one point he met with him and he was like, hey, just so you know, like, you're the reason I was able to do any of this stuff. And Denzel looked at him and was like, oh, so you owe me money. Like,
Dude, well, he finished school there, then did his movie stuff, and came back in 2018 to graduate with another degree.
Yeah.
And because of his passing and the huge impact he had on the school, they're building a new College of Fine Arts building and putting under his name, which is such a cool tribute. Yep. Very well deserved. Because here's the thing too, dude. A lot of the fine arts colleges are underfunded.
Yes.
And their buildings are trash. So the fact they're doing this, I think, is really cool.
Go to your local high school band room.
Yeah. Tell
Tell me how great that looks.
It's not that great.
Ours actually looked fairly good. I didn't mind. We had a lot of practice rooms. It was nice.
That's funny. Then MGM, our favorite studio that makes a lot of older movies.
Is it a studio now or is it an Amazon property?
It's an Amazon property, dude.
My God. Amazon's taking the whole world over.
After Amazon just got saved from a bankruptcy kind of a thing. Did you
Mhm.
read about that?
Not really, no.
So they got bailed out $8 billion or some sort of $1 billion.
How?
I don't know.
Why can't Bezos pay that?
I don't know. But then here's the thing. Right after that news broke, this news broke that they're buying MGM and all the properties
For 10 billion, right?
for $8 billion, I think, or 10 million. 10 million, yeah.
10 million.
Yep.
And it's estimated to be worth 5 million MGM. So they're overpaying by a lot. But that's kind of the game with Bezos and Netflix is like, we have all the pockets as deep as they go with all the money. So it's not really the same for like stand-up comedians right now versus like during the beginning. Like Dave Chappelle is getting paid way more than, just someone just showing up for the first time for their set. But they are deep pockets, these streaming sites.
Yep.
A lot of debt.
Then, and to clarify, the new James Bond movie will not be on the streaming service. It is still theatrical.
Yes, because everything has already been made with that. It's kind of the same situation with Dune and Warner Brothers when they were doing the HBO Max deal. Like
They're still doing it.
Well, it's different because they're releasing it in theaters first.
Yes, they are.
They're doing it first now because of obligations to contracts that if they were to renege on them and not make them work, would make everything so much worse. And they'd have to pay way more money than they were originally planning.
Well, this actually ties into our last bit of the news that you have on this little thing.
And then I gave it the breaking.
Yes. French Dispatch, which is Wes Anderson's new film. Yes. If you like Wes Anderson, this is great news for you. I personally am not his biggest fan, but I'm excited to see what this does. But it is premiering at Cannes. Cannes. As is Dune.
As is me. No. That's cool. I can?
Yeah.
Nice.
Or is it Venice? It's one of those.
So here's the thing. I signed up for a few festivals. By the way, I'm going to Tribeca.
Woo!
Online
Dude,
Tribeca.
where's the applause?
And then Cannes, I was also filling out for, but man, everything was in French when I was filling it out. So I was like, and like moved to another tab and started listening to something.
That's exciting though. Dude, I'm glad. I hope by the time Sundance comes around and South by Southwest like next year, I hope it's more in person because as much access as there is to virtual stuff, you missed out on a lot of those in-person experiences.
Oh, for sure. To go to Tribeca in person is a completely different experience. I get to go to New York. That would be incredible.
That'd be dope.
Between the three, like Sundance, South by Southwest, and Tribeca, like, of course, I think I'd be most interested in Tribeca. But Sundance is probably the most fun for me. It's cool.
I like Sundance.
I love going home after going and doing a red carpet. That's the weirdest thing ever.
Dude, and I also love how cold it is up there, especially late at night, and like everybody's huddled up in their coats. Like
Driving
this is really
home at night
cold,
is
and
nice
then
too. You see the lights of the skiers.
yeah,
Stuff.
well then like you can tell who the locals are because they're like it's not that cold. But that wraps up what I had for the news. You said there was breaking news of Spider-Man.
Well, it's a breaking rumor.
Okay.
You know, everything with no way home is kind of a rumor in a sense. But a lot of reports were confirming that Willem Dafoe is the main villain
as
in
a Green
Spider-Man.
Goblin.
As Green Goblin. Now I gotta put this up because I know someone's gonna get mad. Again, I don't know. Take it with a grain of salt. Take it with a grain of salt. Who knows?
Is this
But-
from We Got This Covered?
Well, no, it's from Reddit, and then it was on Twitter, and then there was like little things. But there's certain people that have ins that just throw out stuff, right? Like little snippets that sometimes end up being correct. And Reddit has done a lot of like super sleuthing when it comes to those after movies come out to go back and look at the people that confirmed a lot of the stuff and said, oh, so this person actually knows what they're talking about. So this is kind of one of those situations. The rumor is we have Sandman from Spider-Man 3, Green Goblin, Dr. Octopus, Electro, and Rhino, and I believe the Lizard, who's the Lizard guy.
Dr. Connor.
So that's all of the different multiverses, right? These are all characters that have died in Spider-Man films, right? And the moment of their death is reportedly when they come into the MCU. So they know that Spider-Man has killed them and they are kind of dead, but they're still alive in this universe. They were moved at that point. There's a rumor that Wanda has something to do with that.
Should explore that more in the show, WandaVision.
That's pretty insane, right? Like, if that's true, that confirms why Doctor Strange is jumping in. It's like, just so you know, Wanda's reading this book, and a lot of people are coming out. She's looking for her twins. That's probably what it is. That's interesting, right?
I'll wait for the official news.
Ooh, I don't think it's official. I don't think it is, but it's interesting.
It is interesting.
Somebody was very smart if they were able to like kind of craft that up.
Yeah, but here's
But a lot of people are smart.
no right.
Joseph
but
Smith was very smart. Sorry, didn't mean to do that.
Just for the sake of calling this big, if it is true, I'm going to say this right now. Having that many villains
Mhm.
is going to be such a clusterfuck. And
No, it
we've
won't.
seen what happens with like the
We have
first.
never seen a Sinister
no.
Six
The first
anything,
Avengers
so we
couldn't
don't
even.
know.
No. The first Avengers Endgame movie, the what do you call it? Infinity Wars, couldn't
It was
balance out
beautiful.
all. Oh, dude, they couldn't balance out all the
Infinity War is
superheroes.
An
I felt
incredible
nothing
movie.
for them. I hope these villains.
Infinity War is what The Dark Knight was back in 2008. It is a change of game. It
No,
really was.
no.
Thanos' character arc had never been done before. They'd never done a superhero movie like this.
Nah, dude.
They'd never.
It was
Tell
so-
me a movie where they'd done this.
It was so unbalanced with all the superheroes. I'm like, this is such
I
a
know
clusterfuck.
because then Endgame makes it what?
More of a clusterfuck.
balanced,
No,
as all things
No.
must be.
no.
Yeah.
We live in a society.
I love how you use DC in a Marvel.
I know. I think it's fun to cross streams. You know, people need to be happy with each other.
Yeah, dude. But
It's all fun. Don't be angry at each other, fandoms. We all love what we love.
I'm curious how they pull it off. I'll just say that. How's that?
Yeah. Well, there's also one more thing. Aaron Taylor Johnson was confirmed as Kraven the Hunter in a standalone Spider-Man. Well, not Spider-Man. Standalone Sony Spider-Verse film. So what do you think of these Spider-Verse films? I've got one take, and it's really that's all I care about. I don't care. Not until Spider-Man shows up. Bring Spider-Man in legitimately, give him a story with Spider-Man, and then we'll go. But I don't care about this origin story.
Is
And he doesn't. I don't see Kraven with him either.
Is Morbius? Is that what it's called?
Jared Leto, he's part of the Spider-Verse as
Is
well.
that the Spider-
Michael Keaton shows up at the end of the trailer as Vulture.
It's a clusterfuck.
That part is how they're doing that is interesting because they've got Sinister Six bringing in all these old report possibly, and then maybe this new Sinister Six. I don't know.
So let me ask you a question then. With all this content coming out, is this an oversaturation that's causing the clusterfuckness of it? And maybe we need to slow down just a bit?
I think it's similar to what the issue was with Amazing Spider-Man 2, where we were like, you're going too much too fast.
Right.
But at the same time, a lot of properties are proving that you can do that. Marvel's proving you can go fast and it still is okay. The way that they're shelling out properties this year, so many Marvel stuff is coming out this year.
I'm lost in the timeline because Black Widow's supposed to come out how many fucking times?
Well, Loki comes next. Loki comes next. Next is Black Widow. And then after that, I believe it's What If. And then after that, it's
What's What If?
Eternals. And then it's Spider-Man.
What's What If?
It's like their cartoon series, the Marvel's What If series.
Not watching.
And I believe Hawkeye might be at the end too. Hawkeye might be towards the end.
Doesn't Hawkeye have a movie coming out too?
No.
Are you sure?
It's already been wrapped. It's a series. It might be just limited.
Okay, no. So the series though, where would that?
It's the one with who's the girl?
Haley Stanfield.
Yeah, she's playing.
Yeah, right. Okay. Well, that wraps up all the news stuff.
That wraps up the news, everybody.